Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you, Shelly and Margie.
Okay, sir, it's Val and audio again, just making sure we still have you.
Yep, you do have me. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
It now.
Trump-backed candidates with a strong showing in the midterm primaries across 5 states on Tuesday, 23 winning in total. In Pennsylvania, a big win for Republican gubernatorial candidate Doug Mastriano, who joins us now live. Doug, welcome. State Senator, thanks so much for coming on. Congrats. How you feeling this morning?
Feel really good. A little tired, but really fantastic because there was 9 people on the ticket, Emma, and of course, some of the folks in the establishment were concerned I'd only win with 23% of the vote or whatever, narrow margin. And we had 44% of the vote, and that's more than double the next guy behind me. So we have a resounding victory, and the people have spoken. My heart's desire is now the Republicans. We had a hard fight. Let's get together now because we got a bigger fight on ahead.
You mentioned the fight ahead. I know you spent the final days of your campaign alongside Senate candidate Kathy Barnett. Her race did not turn out as successful as yours did, and we are still, of course, waiting the final results to come in. But Doug, would you campaign with either Mehmet Oz or Dave McCormick, whomever wins ahead of the November election?
So Emma, this is what I believe, that whoever the winners are, the people have spoken, and we all need to get together. I mean, there can't be any grudges or what have you, because so much is at stake. That's why I'm in this. I'm not in this for any other purpose than trying to save our state and turn it around before it's too late. So I'll campaign with the winners on all sides. Obviously, we're personal friends with Kathy. My wife and I have known her for several years, and we really do respect her quite a bit.
What was it, do you think, Doug, when you look back on your campaign, that really resonated with the voters of Pennsylvania? I know you got the Trump endorsement, How much do you think that also played into your victory?
So we received the endorsement publicly Saturday, and that was our last stop on the tour we did around the state. And I think Donald Trump's endorsement, we'd been ahead, I think, at that point, 15 points or so of the next guy behind me. But Donald Trump's endorsement definitely turned the undecideds towards me, giving us this great victory. So I'm thankful for that. You had me on your show quite a bit after the fight for election integrity year and a half ago. So that's one thing that connected me with the people of Pennsylvania. And before that, and within the state, I was one of the champions to reopen the state, fighting for businesses, fighting for the kids, and medical freedom. And so we actually had this bond with the people of Pennsylvania by working with them for the past 2 years. And one thing I would say with the other 8 on the stage with me, talk is cheap. Where were these guys when you needed them? And I took the hits in the media. I still am from the traditional media. They don't like me very much because I'm a man of the people. So that's the thing that bound us together.
Speaking of the media, I was just scrolling through NBC News and their website. They describe your race as this, Doug. They say far-right election denier Mastriano wins GOP race for governor in Pennsylvania. So you are definitely going to be facing, as you know, media will dig into all of candidates' paths as they gear up for the election. But questions about where you stand in regards to the election, where you were on January 6th, your attendance at the Stop the Steal rally. How do you plan to address those concerns, those critiques from media outlets, and then also appeal to maybe those more moderate, middle-of-the-road Pennsylvania voters?
So we are appealing to the moderate Democrats and the traditional Democrats, as well as the independents. During our petition drive, we collected 29,000 signatures. My people did. That's a record for Republicans. And many thousands of those were Democrats and independents that switched parties to vote for me. And so the media wants to paint, I'm just a basic American guy. I love my country. I served in the Army for 30 years, had a top secret clearance my entire 30 years in, access to some of the nation's most sensitive and damaging secrets, and 8 background investigations to keep that clearance. If there was a hint of anything extreme about me, I wouldn't have had that clearance. It was just too risky for our nation. So these people here just use the hyperbole. They want to paint conservatives in a certain light, but it's just not true. And I repudiate what they say about me. Actually, their candidate, Josh Shapiro, is extreme far left, and I'm going to call him out for that. In the meantime, Emma, I'm so thankful for Newsmax that we don't have to rely upon the media that are basically cheerleaders for the Democrat Party. So thank you for being out there and giving us a voice.
Well, as always, there are 2 sides to every story. It is important to hear both. But Doug, we'll just end on this. Again, we're looking ahead to November 22. How much of November 2020 will be incorporated into your campaign? Is this a
It's very much so. Now, look, I'm a historian, so you have to understand the past to have a better future. And so, obviously, I'm very concerned we never got an audit, never got to the bottom of what happened. And nothing happened, and that's a darn shame. But the reason why our campaign resounds is, first off, we stood with the people when it mattered, when it was risky, when I was attacked by the media. And Emma, they've been calling me these names. Super spreader, because I was having rallies and what have you during the shutdown. Very irresponsible, reckless, no social distancing, hardly any masks. They're just ridiculous people there. And thank God most people in Pennsylvania have more sense than the media. But we're forward looking. We have a vision to restore freedom in our state, to make Pennsylvania the Keystone State once again, where it's going to be a beacon of hope and light and prosperity. I'm going to make Ron DeSantis in Florida. We love you, brother. We're going to make you look like an amateur.
Doug Mastriano, thanks so much for taking the time this morning. We appreciate the conversation.
Thank you, Emma. God bless you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It was a big night, not only in Pennsylvania, but also in North Carolina, where victory was a huge surprise for
That's great.
candidates. Our correspondent Leonardo Feldman has the latest.
Let me end this. The crazies on the left will try to paint us a certain way. It's not going to stick. It can't stick because it's just not true. And so we have a movement here, and when people come to our rallies and meet Rebbe and I, they see what the lunatics on the left say is just not true. They're an extreme party, having policies that kill our elderly, to mask up our kids, and to oppress people, losing your job for a jab, and using schools to indoctrinate kids to hate each other, advocating for biological males to compete on female teams. That's extreme. So thank you guys for making this incredible victory possible. I'm so thankful for you all out there. It's been let's take a few days and then saddle up and get going again. Thank you. We appreciate you guys so much. Have a great one.